Hello and welcome to another episode of No Load Time. Good to be back. My name is Obed Velez, and with me, it's Marvel Boy, Joel Young.
And you're the one wearing the Marvel shirt, my
I'm the
friend.
one
But yes,
chilling today, catching those checks. Since
right.
everyone,
Are you?
since everyone seems to hate Disney these days, we're still over here. We're loyalty is a defining property of myself. So I'm good, except when it comes to I don't want to say it. I don't want to say it. All right.
Okay,
What's up, dude? How are you, man?
I'm doing great. I'm doing great. We had a nice little break. Obviously, missed having an episode with you last week, but still was nice to have a little bit of a break.
Yeah,
Although,
man.
as you
Well, it's not,
know,
we didn't have, we
it
ain't had
wasn't
no
really,
break.
it wasn't really a break. And if you know, you know. But it was still good nonetheless. I
Good,
got
good.
to have a little bit of time, with family, and that's always a positive. And just thankful for you all, that watch and listen to us. We're hearing stories about people in other states listening and actually enjoying, and we're just thankful for everybody that's been joining in, people referring you, and however you found us, however you heard about us. Thank you so much for sticking with us and enjoying all the content that we talk about. We're passionate about this stuff, but we're level-headed when it comes to the stuff. We might use a little, like any other content creator, use some catchy headlines. Is Marvel doomed? Is this whatever? But if
Oh,
you actually watch our content and just read the headlines, you would
right,
know we are very level-headed people, and we're just passionate.
right. Exactly. Yeah, we don't fawn over personalities and any of that. So we're
Right,
pretty
right,
we're pretty straightforward, level-headed. Yeah, I was like, again, we are all about constructive criticism. We're not here
right.
just to pile stuff on She-Hulk, but but
Of all the ones, that was
but
good.
right, but
But
it's if it deserves it, sure, we'll go ahead and go ahead and poke at you, poke fun at you. Speaking of poking fun, just a quick update. We're only streaming on YouTube right now.
yes,
Um, I think this is again kind of like a quick update. This is probably going to be the scenario for the foreseeable future. Uh, Funny enough, I was dunking on Splitstream last time we recorded,
called them
and
out.
I called them out, and I go and log into the site today just to see what's up, because I went ahead and canceled it. Like I had until like next week or whatever,
The
right,
timing.
dude? And I go and cancel, and I had canceled it. So I tried to log into the site, and the domain is gone. I was like,
We were
oh
like the last like clients of
guys,
theirs.
we're probably the only clients. Allegedly, right? So it's like I canceled. I was like, oh wait, no load time closed. So they were the ones keeping the lights on.
We
I
did.
don't
We
want to
were
I don't want to pat myself in the back because it's like, you know, based on our viewership, we will not be able to sustain a platform like Split
no,
Stream.
no.
But right, I'd still take it. You do
Absolutely.
take all the W's you can, right? It's good. It's good.
Oh, for sure.
But yeah, that's interesting. But yeah, for the foreseeable future, the live stream version of No Load Time will be on YouTube only. Of course, we're still posting on SoundCloud for the audio version, and you can go to Spotify, Apple Music, Amazon Music, and all these other platforms that host
Yeah.
podcasts, and you can find us at least on the three main ones. We're there. It's like
Hmm.
Apple, Google, and Amazon. We're on all three. So,
Yeah.
and SoundCloud. I guess that's like fourth, and Spotify. So yeah, sure. Five. I say yeah, whatever. How many ever the top ones are, we're there. So we got you covered if you're into the audio version, but video version only on YouTube right now for the foreseeable future. We'll figure something out later, more than likely. Joel, we are closing in on episode 300. So we have called an emergency meeting to start planning what's going to happen. Hopefully, we can do something different for that one, right? Even if
Yep.
it's not, even if it's us talking about the same thing, right?
I got some
If
ideas.
we can do it in a different type of environment, that'd be perfect.
Yeah.
But we're trying to do something different. So I hope that you guys enjoy it whenever that comes out and whatever it may be that we do. But Joel, what's up, man?
Well, I mean, gosh, between the busyness of stuff, there's two things I watch. Well, there's really like a few things that I watch, but the ones that I want to talk about here, it's really just going to be the two main things. And the first one I'm going to talk about is, keep it brief because there's a whole video out there on it. But I got to see Wish, being with family over this holiday weekend. My sister said, "Hey, like let's watch this thing. I want to see it. Great, we're in the Disney area, so went to Disney Springs. I was able to catch the film over there, and like we talk about this all the time. I'm gonna similar to Elementals, where you're looking for Disney to do something original. You're looking for it to still be on beat with the classics, but you need something very refreshing and not trying to be radically different at the same time. And this movie is a really perfect balance of it. Like the music's actually quite good, which I think is obviously one of the big Disney animated elements of success. When you think of the stuff like Tangled, people liked it for various reasons, but the music's pretty good. Frozen, obviously,
Right.
absolutely slayed it. The music, some say, are better than the movie. I mean, that's just a whole nother conversation. But regardless, like, really landed on that, and things like Moana and those kinds of ones that they've had and recently that has been successful. And I think Wish can be up there. Now, a lot of people are dunking on it and saying, "Oh, like this movie bombed. It's this whatever." Remember, the same thing happened with Elementals. I was very clear where I said I thought this
When
movie is
we,
pretty
yeah,
good. People should watch it.
right.
And they were like, "Oh, it flopped or whatever." And then you go back, look at the track record, go to Box Office Mojo, and you will see that movie out of nowhere, like a month later, just ramped out of
It
nowhere.
was
They had
like
to add
it was like two
showings.
weeks later, 2 3 weeks later.
Yeah,
Yeah, yeah.
they had to start adding showings because of how good it
Right.
did. And on our own channel, gosh, I think like it's our most successful
There's
YouTube short.
right, and there's a clip of us saying that it flopped. So, and then I had to eat
Yeah,
crow about it. So,
yeah. I mean, like it was one of those things.
yeah,
I want to say maybe like I'm not just exaggerating, maybe close to like between 20 and 30,000 views on that YouTube short that I have about just talking about the movie after I saw it in the theaters, like crazy. But yeah, like I think this could be a scenario that I don't think it's maybe gonna run up that crazy, but I could see it being more beloved as more people get a chance to see it on the holidays. Not many movies did that good to begin with. Napoleon, which I did also see. I won't talk about much here, but it was all right. Hunger Games, pretty decent. But then like, something like this being a Disney property, I found it quite interesting. And would encourage you all to go watch my video if you can on the channel.
cool.
Next up, I'll talk about really quickly is I got a trial for Apple TV. I've had it before, but was able to get about 6 month or so free trial. Was able to get hooked up with one of those codes. So
Coach Monarch.
that's exactly what we're talking about.
Ah, so
I
thanks for reminding me because I just told you that I got a new iPad and I got a 3 month with it.
Oh
So
yes,
I'm gonna activate it. Yeah.
100% recommend this show. It's not even done. It's coming out still week to week, the episodes. So
Right. Right.
I'm
Right.
caught up that's how good it is. I caught up that quickly watching where they're up to. I think it's 4 episodes, I want to
Hmm.
say. Um, oh my gosh. Directly connected into your Godzilla films that are come out since 2014. And yeah, they really have done a fantastic job for bringing Godzilla to television. I was concerned about how do you bring it from this epic scale of a movie to a TV series, and they've done just fine thus far. I'm curious to see how it all ends,
Cool.
but highly recommend it so far. Visuals are just on par with the films. Apple spared no expense clearly when it came to this. This is reminding me of how Amazon really brought it when you think of things like Rings of Power and so those where like visually you can tell that they put all their money into the production quality.
Right.
I think this is a similar circumstance here where you're like, yeah, they Apple's got money. They're, no matter what, they're gonna make sure that it's a spectacle and you can see it.
Yeah, they've been putting out good stuff, right? Like I think
Yeah.
overall everyone likes the platform. So
They need more originals, but they have increased.
okay,
like with this and some of the other things. Because I had a year ago, literally a year ago, I had a trial as well, and I was like, felt like aside from Ted Lasso, I was like, I don't really know what I want to see on here. But then
right,
like I'm back on here now looking, and I'm like, oh look, there's like this Idris Elba hijacked thing, and there's
right.
like It's another thing. So I'm like, I could check this out. This looks pretty cool. So I think that they're growing, and that's a good sign.
Yeah, yeah, that's good. That's good. Yeah, I definitely want to check it out. Like I've watched a
Oh,
couple
you're
of the
gonna love
trailers,
it.
and yeah, man. Do you see that the next movie got a date for the next
Uh,
Godzilla Kong movie? It's coming out in like April next year.
what?
Yeah,
They
dude.
filmed it that fast?
Yeah, hold on.
When did they film that?
Oh, because
It's great.
there's
I was gonna say for sure, Obit. I already have my tickets locked in this coming weekend. I'm actually gonna be watching Godzilla minus one, the Japanese run
minus
that
one.
they've
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
dubbed.
Yep.
That one I'm watching. I'm seeing that in theaters.
So, Godzilla versus Kong: The New Empire, April
Hmm.
2024.
Wow,
Yeah, man.
that's quick.
Yep.
I mean, I ain't complaining. I look forward to watching. I just hope it's good. Talk about quality control.
Yeah,
The name of
yeah.
this episode.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, I
Don't rush
mean,
it.
go- and I should have gotten on a Black Friday sale. Should have gotten Godzilla vs Kong because I watched it
Sick.
on Max and I enjoyed it, right? But I kind of want to watch it again. I think because I think that movie was good
Mhm.
because it was monsters fighting basically the entire movie, kind of like what King of the Monsters was, right? King of the Monsters was. I think King of the
Yeah,
Monsters is a better movie.
I think so too.
But this one was fun. So, and the the twist at the end with the King
Very
Ghidorah and Mecha
obvious.
Godzilla, right? Like you could see it a mile away, but it was good. Like the twist was good. So yeah, I wanted to watch it again. This probably probably still see it on sale somewhere and on Blu-ray. Um, I don't know if you've seen like Blu-ray, like 4K Blu-rays, more specifically, like sales have gone up.
Yeah.
Like people are just kind of tired of paying for stuff and they're just started buying
You
movies
don't
again.
really own it. You don't really own anything that's
No,
digital.
no,
I mean, I understand it's the future. I understand it's the way things are going. But if you really look at like the fine print, it literally like tells you you do not. They want to pull that off the catalog, and you I paid for it. Doesn't
doesn't
matter.
matter.
Like that
Look at all those
technically
movies
belongs to
from
them.
PSN.
Right.
All those movies are gone, dude.
They're gone, and people
Yeah,
paid for that.
yeah, exactly. I had a copy of Evan Almighty and from
Of
PSN
all the movies. Nice. Open loves a good laugh, guys.
on PS3. Yeah, so man, the movie's long gone. Just it's evaporated like the cloud. Not much on my not much on my end. I did finish Spider Man. I'm not gonna spoil it for you, Joel, because
I'm so
we're
close.
gonna come back. We're gonna come back and talk about it.
Yeah. Yeah, we're having a full breakdown.
It's good. It's good. It's I really like what they did. Um, just a little bit of spoilers for you guys, right? I'm not gonna go further than what we spoke about yesterday on on where you were on the game.
Yeah.
But spoiler alert, guys! If you don't want spoilers for Spider-Man 2 for PlayStation, jump 5 minutes. You give us 5 minutes. All right. The the Venom sequence, like they actually put it in. Oh man!
Fans were begging, can we? I mean, you go through our own channel.
Right,
That's
right,
our
right.
top videos. Oh, can you play as Venom? Can you play as Venom? All of our comments was
Yeah,
like flooded with that.
and
I
they
was like,
didn't
I don't
say
know. They didn't
anything. Yeah, it's
say
like I don't
at
know.
Comic Con.
They
They never
never said.
said.
Yeah,
But
but yeah, that was good. That was good.
ooh,
Yeah, and there was like full mechanics in there. Like if they wanted to do a Venom expansion, they could very well do it, right?
and as
So
bad as it was what he was doing, it was fun.
it was fun because it's so OP.
I know.
it was so he was so
And,
OP, man. Because you
you
don't
know,
have the mobility, right? But it was like you got all the bronze on, and it was good. It was good. I like this approach on like I don't know how I feel about it 100%, right, with Harry,
okay.
but
Yeah,
I
yeah.
like that he's different.
Hmm.
But there's hints, like there's okay, and I finished. The I'm not gonna spoil it. You do the fire thing because
Okay.
that ties. I'm not gonna spoil it. I gotta
Oh
spoil
snap!
it. I gotta
Oh
spoil it. That
snap!
all gets explained, and it's like, and you go like, no, is this?
Wow.
Ah. So you'll get there. Um, the because there's hints of Eddie Brock in there that that if you they're very brief. You have to like really be paying attention, right? It's like MJ is trying to write the stuff for the Bugle, and you get I was like, oh, this new guy, and he's like, oh, they posted the new guys article, and oh, this new guy like Jameson really likes him, right? That yeah. So there's like they're dropping hints, right? Um, but it gets bananas at that towards the end. That game gets spunk. Like okay, so when I played the remastered. I didn't play the original, right? But the part at the end where it gets really meta, right? It was like, oh crap, we're going through this right now, and these people like did this 2 years ago. It gets super meta
Yeah.
and it gets real quick. Reality hits you hard, bro. So that sequence, right? It's all about Venom, and it's great. It's really good. So yeah, play it, man. It's so good. But that sequence was legit. It was good, man. It was good. And then the sequence with Miles in the camp. I'm
Hmm.
assuming you got through that, right? Where
Yeah.
Miles goes missing, and yeah, that
Yeah.
was good too.
That was good.
Yeah, like I think they really
When they were
expanded,
chanting, like,
right?
great. Oh my gosh, it's crazy.
Yeah, and they really expanded on his powers really well. Like here's what I don't like about, especially with Miles. This is one thing I don't want to say that I don't like it about this game,
Sure.
but like you got two sets of abilities, and the second set of abilities, especially with Miles, it's way better than the regular ones, the Venom Punch and the other
Oh
things
yeah.
he does. Like they're so good, right? Um,
I
but
preferred to be Miles because of it.
right, yeah, because he's good. Like he's really good at it,
Yeah.
and I'm good at and I like that they shared the gadgets with both of them.
Hmm.
So that's cool. But yeah, and this weekend I'm going in and I'm just wrapping up loose ends. I don't have many, and then after that I'm gonna just go trophy hunting because I only have um, after I do all the side quests, I probably have like four more trophies that are not super hard to get platinum. So
Ooh.
yeah, man, platinum this one again.
Jeez.
I didn't
Oh
platinum
my
Miles. I
gosh.
platinum the remaster.
Right. The
Yeah,
first. Yeah, the
yeah.
remaster.
But it's good, man. This game's good, real good. So highly recommended if you're looking for something to play on PlayStation. We'll talk about Xbox here in a minute. But um, if you're looking for something to play and you have a PS5, go for it, 100%. So it's real
Nice.
good. So I mean, and I'm still playing Zelda. Like I'm almost 200 hours in. I just can't, dude. I can't stop. Like on the weekends, I'll just pop it in the afternoon and just come here and just relax. Like, and I was like, all right, let's go treasure hunting and find stuff, right? So that's what I've been doing. Just basically treasure hunting. So
Yeah.
uh, it's it's been fun. But yeah, man, good stuff. All right, sir, your boy Dave. Tell us, please, what is happening on what is going on with Dave Filoni and Star Wars as a whole.
Yeah, lots of big shakeup news coming out from our friends. I say this like we know this publications, but yeah, there's some big stuff coming out from
Personal friend Dave Filoni. I can call him up right now.
yes, Dave. We're on a first name basis. Uh, no, seriously, big stuff coming out over at from Vanity Fair, and let me tell you, it's very much worth taking your time to read the Vanity Fair article. I want to be clear. This is where the exclusive interview and the details came out from Disney's side when they get passed along from Vanity Fair. There's a lot of Obed. I took back and I just started going through like YouTube and some of the stuff on social,
Right.
and there's a lot of people you can. It's extremely obvious they did not read the article and they took one thing and then just started saying whatever. It's very obvious people have not. Some people have not taken time to read and
Right.
are chiming in with some very skewed opinions. Like Kathleen Kennedy's gone. Did you even read it? It's literally like explained like why
Like
she's not gone, what their plan is with her.
hierarchy and all that. Yeah, yeah,
Right, literally the entire process, right? Um, yeah, like literally at the beginning, our Filoni will now work more directly with Lucasfilm president Kathleen Kennedy alongside Carrie Beck. Like that's literally like the start of the article, right?
yeah.
Anyways, so yeah, so Dave's now in this role as he's been moved into as the chief creative officer over at Lucasfilm, and basically what this means is any and all projects he is there from inception to completion. In his prior role as a creative producer, he would basically come in towards the end or sometimes in the middle of a project. Most more likely at the end. And he talked about this at length in the article where he's like he literally says like there were like the difference before is that there were projects that he would be brought into and they were already well into production, well almost done. So he could say certain things, but how much could they really change? And they've already committed a budget and
Right.
specific plans and stuff. They couldn't really change much. Now, because he can be there at the inception, he can actually say things and have a voice and a governing vote. Now, does that mean that everything has to be Dave approved? No. He refers to it actually in the article says that it's very much like the Jedi Council where he now has a seat at the table. It's exactly how he phrases it. He's
Yeah.
now like the council, he's seated at the table, and he can say things at the table of, hey, this is why we should or should not do certain things, or here's the maybe the yes and approach to specific projects. So this is huge
He
because
was granted
like
the rank of master.
he was granted the rank of master. Exactly.
Right.
This is huge because like you look at projects before, like Book of Boba Fett, right? That you can see that there were specific things that were Dave-ish, but it didn't feel the same as say
Right.
like The Mandalorian,
Right.
where he was very clearly a showrunner with Jon
You
Favreau
can
on.
tell, like when you like Book of Boba Fett is a great example. Like
Right.
I'm glad you brought it up because you when you're watching that show, you go and even without knowing, you go it's like this
Hmm.
is Dave's episode because like
Correct.
yeah,
Exactly.
yeah,
Yep. So I think it's gonna be like similar, like you said. Like even Andor. I know people think Andor. Many people think Andor's
right.
the best thing, whatever, and I think it's really good. Like Star Wars needed Andor, right? But there's a Dave flavor that it just doesn't have.
It
Now
doesn't no right.
that could be something that some people would say was a positive or a negative depending on who you talk to. I personally don't think Dave's the kind of executive that's going to come in and interfere with something that is working. I think he will voice his opinion and kind of let them cook at the end of the day. But the fact that he can actually voice his opinion, I think is profound enough because he is the protege. He is the chosen one of George Lucas. Like he is the one. Like when he says in these interviews with Ahsoka, and people are real mad. Well, I knew no, not just anyone can use the Force. George literally says anyone can use the Force. Dave, and what he's saying in his article in his interviews is the
Right.
same thing.
Same
Like
thing.
almost everything he says is like echoing what George has said. That's what you need. You need someone to be that chosen one in essence in these scenarios,
Right.
and this is great.
Yeah, no, definitely is good news. Is it the best news? Is the best news right now.
Right. Yep.
It's a step in the right direction. Like, are we gonna get it there? Possibly, right? And we'll talk Bob here in a minute, but the way that I think Disney as a whole is kind of like shifting gears right now. I think this is for the best.
Yeah.
I think eventually, right? Like I said, I think that we still have uh, Kathleen Kennedy up until the end of her contract, and nothing's gonna change that. Like
Mm.
this guy's posting videos out there, guys. No, they don't. They don't know how these things work. They don't know how, you know, this really operates. And the truth of the matter is that um, whether you like her or not, right? Whether you like Kathleen Kennedy or not, and I've said it before, right? You cannot deny her track record. Like her track record right now
Yeah.
in the last
Yeah.
10 years may be iffy,
Yeah.
but you go back, bro, and like that resume stacked.
Yeah.
And that's the reason why, right? And I think that they kind of don't want to lose hope. We as fans did,
Hmm.
but I think that the company doesn't want to lose hope. But I think eventually it's gonna get to the point where
Yeah.
choices are gonna have to be made, right? And once that contract's expired, she becomes a free agent. So um,
But
you know,
this is a huge thing too, because allegedly the way it's worded, it's
right,
almost like she chose him for this like promotion. And there's been a few things I've heard people say about that whole thing, that it's almost like she knows she's on the way out, and she kind of purposely, because she knows the feedback has been, hey, people really like Dave.
right,
And it's almost like Disney was like, yeah, that's okay, because you're basically setting him up to be a successor. Because he only really had, he went from just running Star Wars The Clone Wars, running another animated Rebels. Like now, then he became like a producer on a show, director on episodes. Like
hmm,
little by little, he's getting experience in the industry. And now, as an executive level, as an executive creative at that level, he's now learning also the business side, mixing with the story side.
yeah.
Like he lacked
I think
maybe
like
some of
a
the business
like
acumen to run a
he
production company,
right,
and now he's gonna have it.
right. His growth in the last 5 years have been nothing less explosive is the right word,
Huge.
right? Because yeah, and that's totally right. He went from being a cartoon showrunner, right, to having input in larger creative things, and then be able to write, being able to direct, and be hands on with his projects. Now as a creative, he's gonna get to manage budgets and all this stuff
That's what I'm
that he's
saying. Yep.
missing, right?
The
Like
business side.
the skills that he's missing right now, he's going to acquire in this new position, and that is going to set him up for an eventual
Right.
president role. So
It's very much
yeah,
Kevin Feige. Like
basically,
Feige had the
right.
same thing. He was like a little producer on like Spider-Man, and he did little things. And he was
X-Men,
known for
right? Yeah.
right. He was known for being really good in post-production for like editing projects. He was a video editor, all this stuff. And then like now the dude's running an entire business on the Marvel studio,
Right.
entire studio.
Right. Yeah.
It's
And
almost the same.
it's good. Like I think
Yeah.
this is a good change. It's a positive change. It's a change that we needed for Star
Yes.
Wars, right? But we're not there yet. It's gonna take it's gonna take some time. Well, it's gonna take some time for two things, right? It's gonna take some time
Yeah.
for fans to, I guess, open up to Star Wars again, right? I know, and that it's kind of been, well, a lot of fans turned their back on it, and I know that they the priority right now for Disney shouldn't be getting new fans in, is bringing those old fans back.
Yeah.
That should be the
Yeah.
priority at Lucasfilm right now. So because you got new fans, like new fans are gonna come in either way, right? So, but you gotta go back and get those guys like that checked out. Um, it's unfortunate, right? But it was kind of like of their own doing, and now they gotta clean the mess, right? They spilled the tea. Now they gotta clean the table. But
Yeah.
I'd rather them clean the table, right, and then and then be able to have more tea than not have no tea
Yeah.
at all. So
Yeah.
um, yeah, I'm good with it, right? And he's been very respectful of both what the work that George did, and the work that the sequels
Yeah.
did. So will stuff get retcon? We don't know, right? We got that Ray thing coming out that apparently it's official, right? It's like
Yeah.
there's news about it again. There's articles out there. So yeah, but I'm happy for Dave, man, and I really do hope that turns the ship around, the things that turns the Star Cruiser around,
Nice.
and we're able to find uh Star Wars again. So I'm excited. I'm excited for the future. Right now I'm okay because Ahsoka wasn't awful. Yeah, Ahsoka was fun, was good. I enjoyed it. It was
Yeah.
good.
Yeah.
No, I'm looking forward to Andor
Yeah.
and whatever the smaller projects are in between. But
But
yeah, go ahead.
I'll say, but that's the thing people need to also, before the headlines start going crazy and people on social media lose their minds, he just got this promotion, guys. So anything that comes out, like when Skeleton Crew comes out, don't be like, "Well, this stinks. This is Dave Filoni."
Yeah,
Guys, that's
it's
been
Dave's
like in
fault.
the works before him. Like he just got in the role. Like it's gonna take at least like 2-3 years before
Right.
you start actually seeing his full hands-on
That's like
project
blaming
full.
Iger for the Marvels, right?
Correct,
That's
exactly.
that
Like it's a no-brainer.
he made it clear. He didn't say it. All right, all right, we're good. All right,
Yeah,
all
go, go, go. You're good.
right,
Yeah, go for it.
okay. So no, yeah, Dave, we wish you well. We can't wait to see. We'll be watching your career with much interest. So um, hold on, I gotta drop it. I gotta drop it. Good. So um, Bob Iger had a town hall with cast members this week, and yeah, he basically said that it got really scary there for about a year and a half. Didn't directly uh said exactly what happened, but we all know that it was Chapek. So and that's the thing, right? You can't put on. The Bob Iger's responsible for a lot of the stuff that Disney's going through right now, but at the same time, um, when there was a clear and accentuated difference in how things were running when Chapek was running, so um, I think it was positive for the most part.
Yeah.
It seems like he's trying to be honest and he's trying to be out there with like, hey, listen, uh, the it was it was hard. We went through some things and it was hard, and we're now seeing the fruits of those changes. And he's taking words back, saying now we're not really looking to sell any of our stuff. Now
Yeah.
that things are, I guess, falling or functioning a little bit better. Now that they've removed that stick from the gears are moving again, and yeah, it seems like the town hall was very positive. I know that a lot of people like Bob, a lot of people dislike Bob, clearly, right? But
But
you know,
and it's starting to change too. There are some people who have turned on him who used to since he's
right,
come back that have lost faith in him.
right,
But he
exactly,
has a huge love for
yeah.
sure.
But the yeah, and that's the thing, and it's like I know that the Fox thing was not great. It was not a great move overall. Um, but again, like 2020 and 2021, like you can't put it on him.
No.
Like you can't, guys. And some of the bad stuff that happened, like Genie Plus and the Marvels and She
Whew.
Hulk, like no, like I don't think you can put it on him, right? But yeah, I mean, it seems like things are flowing through, doubling down on ESPN. Again, we're not gonna comment too much on that because I have my own theories that we've shared personally,
We
and
don't want a conflict of interest.
we have a conflict of interest when when discussing ESPN,
Correct.
but um, there's stuff happening.
For sure.
There's stuff happening, and there's stuff happening that I know uh, will positively impact not only ESPN but
Yeah.
other sports organizations,
Yep.
and it's gonna be big when this
Oh,
happens.
it's gonna be huge.
When this happens, it's gonna be big. It's
Hmm.
like this is one of those predictions that we're not gonna tell you what it is, but it's
No,
out. But
no.
Joe knows what it is, and it's out there,
Oh,
and
yeah.
yeah,
Oh, for 100%.
and we're gonna
100%.
be it's like
Yeah.
we were
Lip
100% correct
sealed.
about it. Yeah, right, exactly.
Yep.
So
We don't need to put that prediction on the show.
no, we don't need that one. Just
Yeah.
not yet, not yet, not yet.
No, yeah.
We're not authorized, but um, yeah, man. What do you think? It seems like everything's positive. Uh, stock is holding up.
Hmm?
You
Yeah.
know, He's received insults from other people, and like the shill YouTubers are going crazy for it, right? And
Yeah.
I really don't care. I think that um you know I think that at least Bob is trying to be honest out there, and
Yeah.
the other guy is pretending to be honest, but there's an ulterior motive uh to what some people consider to be Tony Stark and turned out to be Gargamel. So, sir, what do you think about Bob?
Oh my gosh. Yeah, I don't love Bob the way I want to be clear. I don't love Bob the way some people do, but I always was very appreciative of him because you can tell what he does and what he did was not just business first, but it was truly like brand first, if that makes sense. Like he really
He
cherishes the
cares,
Disney brand and the Disney family and like
right?
how it's perceived and like how it's perceived and received and like that's a big part of how he runs his business. And that sensitivity has always been something that I think I've always respected and appreciated about him. At the same extent, like there is, I think since he has returned, there is definitely some holes that we have found in his game. And he's admitting to some of them in this, which I think was what makes it more profound because
Right.
he's not coming in defending everything that's been done. He actually came in and was like, we're figuring out stuff and we're trying to get back to where we need to be
Right.
instead of just coming in and be like everything's great, everything's fine,
And I think
don't look at the fire behind me. That's
right.
what the last guy did.
Yeah. Yeah.
Last
Right.
guy
Right.
did that. He was like, money's good, we have the most people coming to the parks. Well, you raise the prices and then
Yeah.
people just got the
Well, that
doors
was
open up
Is
to
that Josh's
inflation.
fault? Josh wanted to raise the prices, right?
No, I know, but I'm saying they did. So
Right.
of course the
Right.
profits
Right.
are going to
Right.
be crazy at that time, right?
Exactly. Yeah.
Like this, he's not coming in saying these things. He's not
Yeah.
coming in trying to hide the concern. And I think that's what I really did appreciate about the interview.
Right.
Um, I think I have mixed feelings about one of the things he said, which he talked a little bit about like he said some of the issues like with the Marvels and these other projects is that there's just
Right.
a lack of executives on set. And I do get what he's coming from
Right.
because I think some people hear that and they instantly think like, no, no more suits. Like the
The
creators
creatives
create.
create. Yeah.
But what people don't understand about the very word executive, we just talked about a little guy by the name of Dave Filoni, who is a chief executive creative officer, right? So you need these creative executives, the people
Right.
who that's what they do. They understand the business, but they understand the creative
Right.
to be involved in these processes. So that way you don't just get surrounded by yes men, but you also get by people who have another perspective. Because I can say, again, without doxing myself, like I can say, like I understand, when you have sometimes just yes people around you, when you have a council in essence of creatives.
We're talking about
Um,
James Gunn. About
James,
that's
right,
the
right. James Gunn really with Kevin, him and Kevin Feige are like a match made in heaven, right? They work really good.
right.
James Gunn going loosey goosey, I don't love it all the time. There's parts of it that I get, but I do feel like he needs to be reeled in, which is why him being a co-president of DC, he's not the president. People forget there's Saffron, but anyways,
Right.
like with this, I think that's the positive. Now, like I the same side, I think he's also a little bit alluding to what Mahershala Ali clearly went through with Blade, where he made it through various different reputable publications. You can look it up, guys. Like he was like Kevin Feige was nowhere to be found on the set,
Right.
and then like you have these projects saying, yeah, we're gonna make Blade like the fifth most important character in a movie titled after him, and have like
Even
it be female led and all this kind of stuff. Like
right.
that's where like you do need someone like Kevin to come in and be like,
Whoa.
you're an executive,
Whoa.
and
Yeah.
hold on, like
She
what are
Hulk.
we doing here?
She Hulk's the best
She-Hulk
example. What was Kevin and She Hulk? Just an email machine
hat,
or a computer. Yeah, a
yeah,
computer where you just send messages to, and
yeah,
and they made it clear that they were like cut loose, and that's what
right,
we got, right?
right.
Which I don't want to segue, but did you see now that they're saying, all right, quality control, right? Let's talk about quality control. Because we were going to talk about quality control during Star Wars, but now we can talk about quality control for Marvel too. Now that Bob made it clear that that has been a big problem, and they're going to focus on bringing that quality back over just stacking the year with movies, right?
Yeah.
So,
Yeah.
just going back to Star Wars, like I think the one the how they're doing how Star Wars is doing it right now, it's fine, but it needs to be good quality. And then also you need a movie like I don't and not every year.
No.
I would say give Star Wars a movie every other year is fine.
Mm-hmm.
You don't
Yep.
need every year. You can take a year off because you still have the shows to keep the brand going. The same goes for Marvel. Instead of Marvel doing a movie a month, they can do the summer and the fall movie. They two
Which
movies
next
a
year we're
year.
gonna get it. Next year we're gonna
Right.
only get one.
Oh, right now, yeah, right
That
now.
Deadpool. I mean, unless you want to
I
count
think
Craven
Deadpool's gonna get.
and unless you want to count Craven and Madame Web,
But
which I don't.
yeah,
Like literally
MCU movies.
MCU.
Yeah,
Deadpool's the only one. There will not be another one.
right. Which could be the reset, right?
Right.
Again,
That's why
like
it's a good sign to see them slow it down.
right. So yeah, how do you feel? How do you feel about that? How do you feel, Joe, Marvel boy? How do you feel about only having one or two Marvel movies a year?
Oh, that's the exact amount they only need. I don't need more than that because I've already experienced more than that, and I wasn't happy with what I got. I've experienced the 1 to 2. I was there when when the early days of Marvel when you got one a year and that was it.
Right,
Two when you were starting to see them on the come up,
right.
and that was fine. And even those movies, I don't
Because
like I talked to someone else about this. I don't even love all the things about those movies. There's something special because they were the starts of them. But like the first Captain America movie, internet, don't go crazy on me here. It's not that great of a movie.
oh, Joe, what?
The first Captain America movie's good, but don't act like this is like, oh my goodness, the best. Like Marvel had they slowly got to like, okay, your Winter Soldier and then your Civil War and stuff like that. Like you had to get these groundwork up there. The first Thor, I like it. Don't think it's that
I
amazing, to
think
be
that
honest
yeah.
with
Well,
you. It's the
I
first
agree with that.
Iron Man, and it's the stepchild Incredible Hulk movie that no one talks about.
Dude,
They're the ones to me that you're like, hold on a second, these are special. But all
what?
the other ones going into there, like you
Bro,
talk about,
Captain America is pretty damn good, dude.
it's a fun movie. It has heart,
Oh,
but
dude, I
it,
love Cap. See, I love Cap. I
I
love
love
that.
Captain
Well,
America as a
well, I
character.
mean, again, like I think Winter Soldier is still to me the best MCU movie.
That's right. That's what I'm saying. Like people
Right,
act like, and I'm like, no, that's the quality we're
right,
talking
right, right,
about,
right.
which
But
took
and then
years to come
and
out
then at
to.
the time, right? Because we got Iron Man, and then there was a year off, and then we got Iron Man 2.
Right,
Or
which
no,
they had to
we got
fast
Hulk.
track.
We got Hulk, right? We got Iron Man, we
Right.
got Hulk, we got Iron Man 2,
Yep.
and then we got Cap, and then Thor that
Thor.
fall, and then
Yep.
Avengers in the summer the following year. And that was the only movie for the year. Because
Yes.
then Winter Soldier came out the next year, and then Iron Man 3, probably, right? After that. So
I don't
uh,
even think Winter Soldier was 2013.
I think Winter Soldier. Oh,
I
wait,
thought
let's
that was
see.
2014. Because 2012 was the Avengers. I think you may be your Iron Man 3 was the first one out the last Avengers. The first Avengers.
Hold on.
I want to say it was Iron Man
Oh
3
no, so I
2013.
had it, I had it messed up. So Thor was the summer, Captain America was the fall, and then
Yep.
Avengers, and yeah, and then Iron Man 3,
Right.
Thor, and then Winter Soldier was 2014.
That's what I'm saying. Look at how many years apart.
Yep.
You go from like
So,
2011 to
bro, look at
2014 to
okay,
get that Captain
look at
America movie.
24, look at 2014.
Oh
2014
yeah,
is
that was a year.
peak Marvel right there.
That was
We got
Iron
Winter
Guardian.
Soldier and Guardians, dude,
Yep.
and that's all we got.
And what a
And
year,
that
bro.
was incredible,
Whew.
right?
I remember that's when I got my PS4. Like it was a good time.
That's when my daughter was born, so it was a good time.
It was a good time.
So yeah,
Yeah.
man, like 20 like that. Go back to that. Go
Wow.
back to 2014. So that's what you
Simplify it.
need to do. You need to go back to 2014 when it comes to Marvel, right?
And those are
and look at
new
that.
IPs. When you think about Guardians, that was not
Right,
a legacy characters
right.
by no one knew who the Guardians of the
No
Galaxy
one
was before
knew. Yeah,
2014.
totally.
I think Shang-Chi was kind of another example of that. Like you're talking about like quality, standalone, new introduction. And I like that they haven't rushed to put a sequel out. Um, like they need stuff like that. That's just kind of uh independent
Yeah,
quality. Slow it down. If you get two movies like that, like Captain America and Guardians,
right.
we're in good business.
But then look at 2017. Okay, 2017 is a mixed bag
I know. I
because
know.
you
It's a
got
mixed one.
it's a mixed bag because you got Guardians 2, you got Homecoming,
Mhm.
and then you got Ragnarok. I think Ragnarok's fine.
Yes, I think Ragnarok and Homecoming's good.
Yeah, I think
Guardians
Ragnarok's
2
fine.
is
Guardians is two. It
waffle.
has moments, right? But it's not as good as the first one. Homecoming was good. Homecoming
Yeah,
was
Homecoming was solid.
yeah. And then 2018 was like just gearing out towards the end
Yeah.
of the the entire phase.
Infinity
But
War and Black Panther
right.
and Captain Marvel, I think,
But
or something like
then
that.
after Endgame, that's when it starts falling apart. Because then okay, we got Far From Home. That's good, right? That
Oh
was
my
good.
gosh. Black Widow?
But then Black Widow, Eternals, and then Multiverse of Madness, Love and Thunder, Wakanda Forever was good, right?
Yep, Wakanda Forever's fine.
So out of all those, right? Wakanda Forever is probably the one.
Yeah.
And then of course we got No Way Home, and No Way Home is
Yeah.
it's up there, right?
Yep.
So
Multiverse of Madness, what a
what a
letdown.
letdown, dude.
After that Spider-Man movie, like the post credits that sets you up right for that movie, you're like,
Right.
well, this Doctor Strange movie's gonna slap, and then they're like, nah,
do you see
spaghetti.
do you see the rumors that Sam Raimi is gonna be directing one of the Avengers?
I
Like
know, and I'm like, I'm not against him doing it. It's just,
I
please,
think
can you
I think
watch the other projects?
Sam Raimi is one of those that this is a great example that you need someone to like fish him back a little bit,
But I mean,
right?
he literally said he never watched WandaVision when he came into this thing, and it's super obvious. Like that was my problem watching this. And I'm without spoiling, you're gonna see at some point the Marvels, I'm sure. When you do see it at that point, think about what I said here, like with this Doctor Strange movie, where it's like it's very obvious they didn't see WandaVision, they didn't see like the setup of what was being done, the whole concept of her overcoming her darkness and being a mother, and then they just replay the same beats. Like it's
Right.
similar stuff you start seeing here, and you can tell like they didn't watch Secret Invasion or didn't watch any of these other things. And that's the weird stuff I have. You talk about like making fun of the first Captain America movie. There's literally a sequence in this new movie, The Marvels. I told people with me, I said I felt like cringy with this the same way I did with the Star Spangled Man with a Plan in the first Captain America movie. Like that gives me like the PTSD, bro, because song's catchy or whatever, but I was like, they ain't Captain America. Don't do my boy like this. Don't do my boy like. And you go back and watch, and he's all like,
But
goofy and put this
there's a
thing on.
reason for it, right? There's a story reason for it.
There is. It's
There
written in
is.
narratively. I
Right.
hate it still.
Yeah.
like,
But it's not like it's like there's a story reason for it, right? It's not like the Return of the Jedi special edition,
oh sure,
the CGI monkey singing,
yeah, that's
right?
just goofy. Yeah.
So right. But yeah, I mean
Sorry, I went on a rant there on a
no,
deep end.
we went in a crazy tangent, but
Yep. Sorry.
no, I think that it does take it's a great sign. It's a sign of a good leader to admit that things are not 100%, but we're working on trying to fix it as much as we can. And you can tell that they care, right? You can tell that
Yeah.
Bob cares, and I think that the people that were problematic, McCarthy,
Oh yeah.
Chapek, and
Yeah.
some other, Chapek's minions are gone. And you get reduced power for Kathleen Kennedy.
Right.
Like
Right.
there's,
Yep.
all that they're trying to fix it. And he also said that the company may have been out of touch with, the audience and all that. Like, you have to like really accept like that. That's a sign of that's being a man, honestly. Like you gotta admit when you're wrong, and you gotta work
100%.
on trying
Gotta
to
take
fix
it.
it, right? Like unlike other people running other platforms that pretend that they're
Oh
perfect,
yeah,
they don't make no mistakes, right? So,
right.
right, this is that's a true sign of leadership, in my opinion. So, yeah, still wishing them the best, and I'm hoping that they can still continue turning it around. But, only time will tell. We'll wait and see on that. Speaking of chips sinking, I guess, Joe, what is going on with Xbox sales in Europe? This is alarming, if you ask me, sir. Um, so Xbox, according to a report, Xbox sales in Europe have what they're calling collapsed. They are, um, you know,
52% drop.
it's a huge drop. Um, it's what is the PS5 sales are up 143%.
Yep.
Europe when
Switch are
Xbox,
down 20%,
yep,
but Xbox is 52%.
Xbox down 52%. Um, it, okay,
That is not sustainable.
I'm gonna make some bold predictions here, sir.
We'll get ready. I'm gonna type them in.
Okay, like this is it. Like there's no like I don't think there's gonna be an Xbox successor. Like they're gonna run the ship until 2028. Is that what Phil said about
Something like
the new
that.
Xbox? Right. Um, I just don't think that they're gonna keep spending money in R&D on devices. I don't think it's viable for them anymore. Um, Considering like right now, dude, the Series X is still on sale from Black Friday.
I know.
It's
A
still
hundred
on.
bucks off.
Yeah,
That might be the new price.
yeah. They said GameStop still has the 450 Diablo 4
Okay.
bundle. Yeah.
Okay.
Yep.
Well, that's because that's throwing in a game with it, but
Right.
just the console alone.
Right. So it's this is what happens when you treat your platform like a Fire Stick, and you just use it
Wow.
and use it for Game Pass. It's like, well, that's what happens, right? It's like people don't care about your device; they can use it or something else, and they're just gonna stick with what they have. But it goes back to um, some recent comments by one of the Xbox executives saying, the Xbox CFO Tim Stewart, that he said that their strategy is to have Xbox on every screen. So whether it be through cloud streaming, whether it be through Game Pass, that's that's what it is, and that's why they didn't buy all this stuff just to put it on Xbox and have no one buy Xboxes, right? That's that's the strategy. The strategy is build up the library that you can rent to other platforms, and I don't know whether I don't know at this point. Like I really don't know where the future of Xbox is. I think Xbox is going to be a platform, no, not a console. And they may still do the Series S kind of device where you can just stream in high quality or just play it local, with a little less quality. But I can totally see them, implementing some sort of cloud streaming on Nintendo. Of course, Game Pass on PC is popular. So, what do you think, man? This is very interesting, especially with considering how bad the numbers are. Because the numbers are bad, like the
Yeah.
sales numbers are bad.
Yeah.
Like there's no covering up. So
Yeah.
yeah,
Yeah, this is not me trying to dunk at all on Xbox. This is not me trying to make fun. Like this is alarming. This is not sustainable. And this is just looking at the facts, the cold hard facts. You can say you love Xbox, you can say that you love that's fine. You're allowed to do that. You're allowed to make it your favorite console of choice, all those kinds of things. But from a business standpoint, it is extremely obvious that this is unsustainable. They have to have some type of rebound quick and swift, which would be a miracle in economics when you look at those kinds of numbers for it to jump up as quick as they would need it to be. And when you think about it, what is the saving grace? Like, what is going to get them back to glory as quickly as they need? I don't think, Obed, they have an ace on their sleeve.
I don't
I don't
know.
think they have something that they've been sitting on the going, this is the one that will bring us back and throw us, into contention again and bring those sales up worldwide. We have yet to see them do it. It felt to me like that big play when they started buying out all these studios was the idea that if we can acquire these things, maybe it will help us get a competitive advantage. But what did they do with it? Not that much so far. Nothing that
Yeah.
has been as radical as we've suspected. They need a swift, huge, big action. I don't know that Phil Spencer's the guy to do it. Like before all the Phil Spencer the hate started going on, like earlier this year, you and I talked about it, and we were
Right.
both of the same mindset of like, look, I have nothing but respect for Phil because I know that like he is a pioneer in this space and he's been around and all that stuff. But I think they got to get someone. A long time ago they should have done this earlier in the year of
Right.
trying to figure out how to move forward, but they didn't. And so for that, it's the same thing, only different. It's the same person running the ship, and you're gonna have the same results. That's the definition of insanity. I do like people are gonna be could be shocked. I love Xbox. There's no way anything's gonna go wrong with it. Everything's fine. And then when the news comes out, like your predictions that you're making, Obed, that are bold, and I do believe it, you're dead on. I don't doubt what you're saying at all. I highly endorse what you're saying here. When those things happen, and these fanboys are like, I can't believe it. I didn't see this coming. This is clear, cold, hard facts that are right in front of you. The writing is on the wall and the clock is ticking. But I can
Yeah.
only hope, like I said, there's an ace up their sleeve or some type of drastic thing they can do. Because
Yeah.
when the CFO is telling you we want to have Game Pass on every screen, meaning that Xbox will evolve, which will really just be them
Platform.
downsizing the business, not making, like you're saying, a successor, still being around, but as a app that you're streaming games, that they're basically a system as a service type model, and
Right.
that's it.
Because Microsoft, yeah, Microsoft, they don't want to sell you stuff anymore.
Right.
Like they like straight up. That's how they operate now.
Oh
Like
well,
they
you
don't
know.
they don't want to sell you stuff. You got to
No.
pay your membership thing. You got
Yep.
to pay your yearly thing, right?
365 and all these. Yep.
Right. So they don't want to sell you anything. There was like a rumors about a Windows subscription. It was like you pay every year or whatever for Windows. So
Wow.
they're not even Windows, dude.
Oh my
So
gosh,
like
bro.
they're like they don't wanna sell you anything anymore.
Wow. I did not hear that's
So
crazy.
yeah, you know it's crazy. Okay? I mean it's good. Like for a consumer, it's probably gonna be the the manufacturer is probably gonna be paying Microsoft for that licensing so you in perpetuity so you can use it, right? Because that I don't think that's something that could be given to like the I don't think that could be widely accepted by consumers, but like on a business, right? All those laptops that have Windows, they're
Ooh.
gonna start charging by user, dude, by year,
Mm-hmm.
and that's gonna be
Yep.
on a recurring fee that they're gonna start charging. So and that's how they changed their business, right? Adobe changed it to that
Oh
business
yeah.
model very successfully. Like
They had
they
no competitor too.
right 100%, right? But over here you got Apple that they're actually
Right.
giving you more with their OS and Microsoft is like, yeah, sometimes you may not have the flexibility, but at the same
Mm-hmm.
time, you know, it's like I always say, it's like, oh, why do you like Apple? Like, why do you like iPhone and
They
stuff? It's
work.
like you're in IT. Why do you like Apple? It's like it just freaking works. Like it never crashes on me. If my email comes in, I can
Yep.
use my apps. My phone doesn't die. I'm fine, dude. That's all I need.
Yep.
Right. And no, Microsoft is gonna start coming in and doing this thing. They don't want to sell you anything, dude. They don't.
No, no.
They honestly don't. I think that they're gonna come out with like peripherals, right? Or they're gonna PC controllers, right? They're gonna still like Xbox hardware is still going to be around as accessories for other consoles. Like you can buy an Xbox controller for the Switch for Game Pass, right?
Yeah.
That sort of thing. And yeah, but as a console manufacturer, I really don't see based on the sales, right?
Yeah.
I really don't see it. They haven't talked sales in a long time. Sales are collapsing in Europe. You can watch. You could all throughout this what 2 years in a row. You could just buy it. Just walk into Target and get an Xbox.
Oh
Right?
yeah.
It's like they're everywhere.
Oh yeah.
They've
It was
always been.
not long into its launch that those
Right.
started to show up.
Exactly. Right. Versus just now within the last year, that's where you could
Yeah.
just go and get a. I want to say 10 months. Like probably like back
Yeah.
in like February, March. That's when you can just go to Best Buy and get a PS5. So,
Yep.
and even to this day, like right now, they're readily available, widely available, right? Both models still. So, right,
And there's still people that have told me like earlier in this year. I don't know now it's gotten better, but I remember even like this summer, there was people I knew that were looking for consoles and they were like, I'm looking for the digital. They only have the disc in store. Or I'm looking for the disc. I'm looking for the disc and they only have like those things still would sell
right,
pretty good at local stores. The people who aren't trying to commute out to specific and hunt out for them, but they just their go-to store. They always go to the same Walmart or whatever it is
right.
that you would see that, they were still going off the shelves.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. I don't know. It's very interesting. Like it's
Yeah.
like I don't know what the Sony refocus is gonna be. Right. I think Sony right now or PlayStation like Disney is going through a transformative I guess season. We'll find
Yeah.
out sometime next year how that's gonna play out. But I know that they like PlayStation. They have a formula. They've stuck to the formula, and the formula's working. And they're probably not gonna make any major changes other than up the price on some stuff like they did
Right. Right.
for PSN. So yeah, it's an interesting time. I really don't know when any of these is gonna end up being, but yeah, I don't think we're gonna see. I think we're gonna see revisions of the Series X, and eventually it's gonna be just it's gonna be a Game Pass machine.
Yeah.
It's not gonna be anything else that you can do with it. You must have the subscription. You must have, if you buy an Xbox, you must have Game Pass to even use it. That's gonna be the future, right? Because they don't want to sell you
Right.
anything. So they may sell you the console for cheaper, but you still need to pay for your Game Pass to get in. So they're paywalling, paywalling the consoles. Like they're basically a paperweight. Like if you don't have your subscription, you can't do anything with it.
Yeah.
That's gonna be how they're gonna operate in the future. So
Yeah. That's
and,
true.
and
That's true.
we're not too far from that. So we'll in my prediction. So we'll see. Joel,
Oh man. Did you see what is your thoughts on this Avatar Frontiers of Pandora launch? Are you thinking it's going to launch pretty successfully? I mean, it's a holiday launch. Big
it
IP.
looks good.
Gameplay looks okay, right?
Yeah,
Yeah.
it looks good.
Ubisoft.
I think it's gonna be one of those. Uh, I think reviews are gonna sell this game.
Okay. It needs good reviews.
Yeah, if reviews are good, it's probably gonna sell well. Because it's Far Cry with Avatar, right?
Right.
Yeah, it looks good. Like gameplay, it looks fine. It
Oh
looks
yeah,
yeah.
tech, yeah.
So the gameplay looks good. The game looks good. Like graphics and very nice, right?
Yeah, yeah.
So it's one of those games that they must nail those reviews. So if they nail
Okay.
the reviews and word of mouth is good, I can see this doing good. I think it's too late in the year where it's not
Mhm.
going to benefit too much of the holidays because of it being a full price game and people looking for sales, right? But I think this game could have legs like next summer whenever it goes on sale. They probably do well. So
Nice, nice.
yep,
All right, it's interesting. Yeah, I was just curious your thought on it because it's
yeah,
coming up here.
yeah.
So
It looks fine. Like I was pleasantly surprised when I saw the demo. So I was like, oh,
yeah.
this actually looks fun. So
Okay, okay.
cool,
Interesting, interesting. That's what we got, man.
got it.
Alrighty, so thank you all so much for sticking with us. We want to encourage you to stay subscribed, stay following our show. So we're on podcast platforms of your choice like Spotify, Amazon Music, SoundCloud. You could find us, subscribe to us. You can also write reviews on these platforms. That would really help us out. Additionally, you can subscribe to our YouTube channel where you get the exclusive video content from our show. You can watch the recordings live. You can watch clips that we release, reviews, shorts, tons of good stuff, and much more to come for sure as we're getting close to 2024. We've got some fun things coming up. episode 300, all these great things coming through. So stay tuned, stay subscribed. Additionally, you can follow us on social media at No Load Time. That's at No Load Time on Facebook, Threads, Instagram, TikTok, Twitter, X, all these places are
Whatever
out there.
it's
You can
called.
also, I know, right? It's like MGM and Hollywood Studios. People still call it, right? Anyway, but like then you can also follow us on Twitch. So No Load Time, it's No Load Time all together on Twitch. And then last but not least, if you have a question, comment, or feedback, we love to hear from you. Send an email to noloadtime@gmail.com. That's noloadtime@gmail.com. And possibly on a future episode, we'll even discuss what you sent in on a show. But thank you all so much. We look forward to coming back with you guys for a new episode next week. Stay tuned, stay subscribed, and we'll see you guys soon.
Thank you guys. Stay safe. We will see you again next time.